Let's give it up for Cam Knight.
Hey, thank you. How good's this? So nice to be working again. Man, I was unemployed for most of the pandemic. I was just stuck at home trying to finish Pornhub. So this is a welcome relief. I was stuck inside with my kids as well. Anyone else got kids? Correct response after 2 fucking years of lockdowns, just disdain, just blah, blah, blah. I did a recce on my house. I had nothing else to do. I just noticed just how much shit my kids own. They have far more spoiled than I was growing up. Like, it's insane. Like, and also, how many TV stations and streaming services and cartoon networks do you need? I grew up in time. Remember when we had cartoons? When was it? Saturday morning. That's it. That's all you got. Just that fucking brief window in your life. That's the only morning you got up before your parents the entire week. You just sit there an inch away from the screen, soaking up the radiation, and then the second it was over, what would happen? A parent would grab you by the scruff of the neck, walk you to the perimeter of the property and just go, piss off. Like, and then you're just expected to find your way home somehow when the street lights came on. Like, can't do that these days, can you? Oh, nah, it's abuse. Like, my kids don't know how good they've got it. My youngest still doesn't even understand the fact that I've got the remote and I'm scrolling behind him. He thinks he's got some sort of magic wizard's finger. And he's just like, no, left. I'm like, just choose Peppa Pig, dickhead. Come on, you always do. Like, it's mental. I grew up in the country. We had 2 channels at best, and one of them was always dodgy. Who here can remember a time you were forced to stand next to your dad's old TV set with a wire coat hanger in the top, acting as the aerial, because the real aerial got broken because your dad threw a beer at the TV, angry at the football. Fucking yeah, memories, right? So you just become a soft prop in your dad's life, wiggling this around the afternoon. Never works when you're in a comfortable upright position like that, does it? No, it always comes on when you're finally twisted up like a man pretzel in a yoga pose. And then you hear your dad just yell out, stop! And you're like, oh, I think that means he loves me. Like, man. My kids don't know how good they've got it. They're so spoiled. My son, for Christmas last year, he was given 3 kites. Who needs that much kitery? Jesus Christ. Plus, I've only got 2 kids. There's a kite spare. Yippee. Look who's going to get involved in this shit. Like, I don't want to. I don't even like kite. You know what kite flying is? Vegan fishing. So, no, that sounds awful, actually. Just like, oh, what are you catching there, mate? Hope. Fuck off. It's terrible. Right? I want to raise my boys to be respectful men, right? But there's a lot of words used to describe boys' behaviour that I'd never heard of growing up. Like I said, I grew up in the country, right? I'd never even heard of the phrase toxic masculinity. Like, we used to just say, oh, stay away from those fellas. Why? They're cockheads. And that was enough, right? But there's a lot of these articles that are saying that toxic masculinity is a learned behaviour. I don't know. Now I've got a couple of these weirdos in my house. I am truly starting to believe that everyone, when we're born with toxicity, and it's up to us to teach them how to unlearn that shitty behaviour they came into the world with. Because, yeah, all right, without the proper guidance, they could go on and hang out in groups and with pack mentality become rugby players. And, you know, I don't want that on my conscience, do you? Just your kids running in, Dad, I can piss in my own mouth. Yay! I've failed humanity, right? But it's mental, man. And like, here's the thing. Toxicity doesn't discriminate, right? Like, there is such a thing as toxic femininity, right, ladies? Like, it's a little bit different to the fellas, though. I'll give you an example. My sister, when she was 5 years old, walked in on my dad while he was having a shower, looked at his tackle, laughed in his face, and then just pissed off. Like, come on, that's a classic chick move. Like, if I had $1 for every time that's happened to me as an adult in a relationship, I could afford the therapy, right? Whereas my son at 5 years old, for whatever reason, he's decided he wants to take any and every opportunity he can to sneak up on me and just motorboat his face in between my butt cheeks. Like, he's done it to me when I was in the nude too. I got out of the shower once, bent over to pick up the mat, and he, like a ninja from nowhere, has just straight in, just nose deep, like it's slotted in perfectly like a bike tire in a bike rack, right? And he's dunk, like he's hit the Death Star, right? He is deeper than he's ever been, and he's most certainly deeper than he'll ever be again. And he took full advantage of this situation. He was just like, I came up screaming, #me too. Like, where's he picked that up from, man? And you can't discipline them the way I was disciplined. You just got to have passive-aggressive conversations with these idiots. It's intense. Like, honestly, doing my best, but it's full on. I was reading this article recently, right? Who am I kidding? I was watching 60 Minutes. I haven't read anything since my kids were born. And I was watching this story on 60 Minutes, and there was this guy in America. He was walking along, and he got struck by lightning. Now, he survived this anomaly, and after a couple of months rehab, he went home. Now, prior to the lightning strike, he was never able to read or write music or play piano. He was now able to do all three. And then he started writing all these full concertos, and he essentially became a savant pianist. And scientists did some studies on him and some other people, and they discovered, how's this? Apparently everyone here right now, everyone in this city, apparently every single human being on this planet has this untapped potential just lying dormant in their brains. And all it takes is a miracle, like a lightning strike or a really full-on head injury to release it. And so I was just sitting there thinking, maybe hitting your kids isn't that bad. It's a tough world. Everyone needs a leg up these days. Just like D-. No. Come on. Grab one of those kites, mate. There's a storm coming. Anyway, thanks very much. Please don't call CPS on me. You're wonderful. Cheers.